Rail Talk is sponsored by Epic Insurance Brokers, one of the nation's top retail insurance brokers, providing expertise across key lines of insurance like property and casualty, employee benefits, and unique specialty insurance. And our buddy, Chris Moore, is the head of Epic's equine specialty practice. And that's a fitting role for him because he lives and breathes this game. He owns horses himself. You see him at the sales, at the races, on Twitter, posting big performances that he sees. You can see him on the backstretch as well. He's all over the place. Start a conversation with him. This is the kind of guy you want in charge of your equine insurance policies. You can call him or text him at 317-650-4519. This is the time to January 1st insurance renewal date is right around the corner. You need to unify those policies. Is your mortality insurance guy different than your farm insurance guy? Could be an issue. This is the time to review the meat and potatoes of your insurance program. And no one better to do it than Chris. And he guarantees he'll bring you value by reviewing any of your equine business insurance policies. He's that guy. We love him, and you're going to love him and the job that Epic does for you. And that leads us to this week's
Epic Performance of the Week.
And this week's epic performance of the weekend, Nick, I thought it was going to be from one of the stakes races over the weekend, but there really wasn't anybody that blew us away. So we're going to go to the Stars of Tomorrow finale on Saturday, and Cannoneer, who was a dominant winner by Into Mischief, owned by Spendthrift. Obviously not a secret in terms of the purchase price was a $1.75 million Keeneland September buy. He was the 8-5 favorite, but he really blew them away. Won by 7 1/4 lengths, stopped the timer and set for 7 furlongs in 1:21 Well-related horse, half brother to Gervin, Midnight Bourbon as well. A couple of Pirates Punch, who was a nice hard-knocking graded stakes winner. Cocked and Loaded, another graded stakes winner. A very, very nice family here. Obviously, that was known when he was bought for $1.75 million. But Nick, I feel like he even exceeded expectations.
Yeah, just an incredibly impressive performance, and obviously a super well-bred horse, as you alluded to, with all of that in the family tree. A horse that Brad Cox did get started a little early back in early June, but that ended up being a pretty key race with Comport coming back to win multiple stakes afterwards, and obviously he's a little bit better now later in the year. I think he'll stretch out. There were as many sprinters in what you rattled off in terms of some of the siblings, sprinter miler types, as there were classic routers. But we'll see where Brad ends up sending this horse over the winter and how quickly we see him back, because he's one who you'd think would probably target a race like the Holy Bull coming up in a couple of months at Gulfstream.
Yeah, especially on a weekend, and we'll see what happens with the Remsen, but on a weekend where the 2-year-olds didn't really perform up to expectations, you kind of looking maybe for a new shooter going into 2026. This might be that guy. Cannoneer is this week's epic performance of the week.